Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Unplugged with the Jas Oberoi group. Today I have no other than the same person you see every single time, Jas Oberoi. Woo! I don't think they're excited anymore to see you on the podcast again and again and
It's
again
my
and
own
again.
podcast. Why will they be excited?
I mean, they should. No, you should say it the other way. They should be excited to see you because
Why?
it's your podcast, so they're
Because
clicking to watch you.
I will always be in there, so they would be excited if there was a new guest.
Yes. So, guys, let me know if you want new guests, and we will make sure we
Yes,
replace Jazz
100%.
or me, depending.
It will be only one person getting replaced, and they know who's the person.
Not you. And me. Oh, that's fine. That means
Yes,
less work for me.
yes.
Yeah, you can take it over. Today we are talking about deposits. Sorry, not deposits, down payments.
Okay.
Okay. And I want to discuss, and I know a lot of people have reached out to us. We meet a lot of people every single day, right? We meet people from who are first-time home buyers, and we also meet people who are professionals who've been running their business for 10, 15, 20 years, right? Some of those people are doctors, they're dentists, they're like business owners. So, they are well established in the business, right? There's a trend, and you and me, we were talking about this. There's this trend with doctors and dentists that they love. And the trend is buying pre-sale condos. I want to know, without any filters, okay, what are your thoughts on doctors and dentists buying pre-sale condos as investments, okay?
Yes, I feel like because they are not have the exposure of the actual wealth they can create it in real estate, they're buying these. Not many people out there who are educating the clients what they should buy. Depending on it's also again it is even if they are doctors or professionals, how much down payment they have. If they have a decent amount of money above more than a million, I have seen it and you have seen it too. Like one person is buying multiple condos as a pre-sales.
Why?
Why? They feel like this is the easiest investment they can do it, no hassle, rent it out, and this is. I get it. It's good investment for the people who don't have that much money. If you have a more than a million sitting in your bank, don't buy pre-sales. Or, for matter of fact, forget about pre-sales. Strata properties. Why?
Yeah. And the problem is that people I know I'm saying doctors, dentists, but this is even business
Yes.
owners, right? If you're making anything more than I would say even 300K, $300,000 to $500,000
Personal income.
personal income, you have a decent amount of money that you're making every year, right? The problem becomes is that you are playing in the same league as people who are just starting out. If
Yes.
you're a first time home buyer, yes, go buy that pre-sale, go buy that condo as an investment, whatever it is. Like you are right now starting out. You're starting out. But when you're somebody who has a lot of capital, why are you competing in the same league? You can use the same money because you have more of it,
Yeah.
and you can get much farther than the person who's just starting out.
I'll give you an example of one client, and obviously we cannot take his name, but you will understand whom I'm talking about. Is he? I had a conversation. The first meeting I had it, I discussed with him. Okay, how much properties do you own? All of the residential, which is fine, but majority of the properties he owns, he has 6 properties and 4 or 5 were condos. I said, why did you buy condos only? Is there a reason you wanted to invest only in condos? He said, this is the only thing I thought is the best investment going to be. And again, coming back to the first point is, unfortunately, there are not many people out there also as the realtors who are educating the client what is the best investment to do. Could be, I'm not saying for everybody, but could be the reason is easy sale,
Yeah.
or could be they don't even know themselves. Ignorance is there. So those are the reasons it is costing heavily to the clients or the investors who are investing their money. They are putting the money wherever the realtors are selling them to put it. We are professionals, we're getting paid for it. I have learned it from my own personal experience. I've done all of kind of different investments, pre-sales. I've done developments. I have done building homes, renovations, everything. Today, I come to the conclusion the best investment is for me is the commercial retail buildings, rental buildings.
Okay, let's stop there for a minute. I agree with you, commercial plazas is the best investment. But that's not the best investment for everyone that doesn't have a certain amount of capital, right?
And a person who is not full-time into real estate.
Yes.
I'm not saying this is the best investment for a developer. No. There's more money in development. But if you're a professional, you don't have a time, this is your side investment, like you're not going to go there, then this is the best investment.
Yeah, if you are basically like the type of person that you're like, here's my money, take this money, do
No
whatever
headaches.
do
Yeah.
whatever you need to do with it. Don't call me. I want a return on my equity. to be the highest possible, and you have a substantial amount of money. When we say substantial, we are talking minimum 1 million down. Like you have
Yes.
1 million down payment, right, with you, and you're like, do whatever you want to do with this money. And at that point, then yes, go ahead, buy commercial plaza. Because there's like one of our clients, you know them, they were always investing in stocks. This is the
Yes.
first time now they're getting into real estate. And they are regretting all their real estate purchases, not with us, that they've made previous to us, right?
Yes.
So now they're working with us and we're telling them, okay, you have a lot of capital in the bank.
Correct.
Right? Move this money over here because they're used to buying properties. Like one of the properties they bought it cash, like all.
And I also I'm a believer of it. If there's an opportunity to take the leverage,
Yeah.
don't over leverage yourself, means don't buy something which you cannot afford it. But when I say that leverage means, if the bank is giving you the opportunity to buy something with 25% down, why are you putting 50% down? You are getting it on a rate of interest is 4%. If you tomorrow go to the bank or anywhere out, I wanted to borrow money, will they give you for 4%? No. Your returns are going to be much higher than 4%. So don't be scared of it, that taking a loan from the bank is like, for example, why I'm saying this is why you tell about the people who were investing in stocks. One of the property is 1.9 million in cash. How are you going to
No
make
mortgage.
money? Yeah, no mortgage on it, and it's sitting there from last 3 years. How are you going to get a return on your investment? Your investment, even if they make $200,000, $500,000, that is going to be divided by the initial investment, which is close to 2 million.
Yeah.
Your number's not going to make sense.
Yeah. Guys, you have to remember that when you're looking into purchasing an investment property, your return, your equity is so important. You want to make sure and you need to calculate, sit down with your, your financial advisor, your realtor, whoever it is. When you're buying these type of properties, you need to see how much return you're getting. Because otherwise, if there's no metrics behind it, you're just kind of like shooting in the dark and you're like, oh, I hope I'm making money, right? But going back to what we were saying, like if you have a substantial amount of money and you want to forget about it, and the best thing to do for you is buy commercial property.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
There's a property of ours that our client purchased in 2020, and you're right now helping them with the refi.
Yes. I tell to all my clients,
Yeah.
my aim is the property, the amount of money you have put it down in any property, commercial property I'm talking about, my aim is to get you that money out in next 5 years without selling that property. I'm not a fan of selling real estate assets, especially commercial plazas like these. Don't sell it. How the appreciation can go up. There is a reason you can do a cap rate. You can increase the rent. Slowly it will go up. And I have done it in the past for many of my clients. The one is, you are taking the example of 2020. They purchased it. They put 1.4 million back in 2020. We just got it refinanced a week ago from the bank. And we got it now 1.8 million out from that property because of the appreciation have. And this is, I'm talking about in today's current market, where market is downhill. The worst condition in any real estate market, we are facing it all times. This is where we are at the moment, and they could take out that money. And I was speaking to the mortgage broker also who got it, saying we got him amortization of 30 years. Previously, it was 25 years. Now it's 30 years, means their monthly payment has decreased.
And they were already cash flow positive.
Now they're telling me to find another property. And this is what I'm doing it with all the clients. Like, buy a property today, give me 5 years. I try to do it 3 years, maximum 5 years. That is my aim, is I'm going to get your equity out of it in next 5 years so that you can move on to another one. And this is how you create wealth. All the savvy investors, you will see it. Big companies, you will see it. Hedge funds, why they invest in these ones? These are the safest assets and the highest return you can get it. These REITs, you see it. Choice REIT, if you have heard about it, they're one of the biggest REIT in Canada. Their biggest portfolio is retail commercial plazas. They buy it, or industrial warehouses. Those are the two things they do it. But they're very heavily into commercial retails. So they know what they're doing, and that's the reason they're one of the biggest one. All these big REITs, they invest in commercial retails only. People say it, or the business can go down, the commercial is going to go down. But they're not understanding, if this will not happen in 100 years, it's not going to happen in next 10 years too. People think of like the same thing for Tesla. They say it, Tesla has come, the gas stations are going to close down.
No. We just sold a gas station. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
And they're still making good money. If anything, I would say even like think about it. Like for example, yesterday we went to Edmonton and there was a property. Let's say even if there's a recession, one of the tenants is a pharmacist. You think people are going to stop buying drugs?
No.
When you're sick, you're sick. Sickness does not have recession.
Yes.
Right. So a lot of those type of we're not saying just buy any type of property. You have
And
to make sure you do your homework.
I'll tell you one more thing is there is a slight risk in any kind of investment. Any kind of investment you're doing it. What is the risk is going to be? How much is the risk is? We sold one plaza in close to Nanaimo, Courtney. There were 5 tenants. Literally after the completion, 2 months later, one of the tenant said, my business is slowed down. I wanted to get out of the lease. In commercial, the beauty is the tenant cannot get out of the lease. He cannot break it. So the client called me. I said, renegotiate with them, say that you either sublease it or pay me a heavy amount of money because the lease was 4 years pending. So what I'm trying to say, there could be some situations coming in, but you have to be prepared for it and don't panic. Oh, I'm not going to do, you can overcome with those situations. Now, my client emailed them back saying it, hey, you cannot break the lease. These are the 2 options. Pay me the remaining 4 years upfront. If it is 4 years, give me 3 years rent and you're out, or you can sublease it. Now the tenant is subleasing it because he has put his personal guarantee, which is
His personal assets.
only possible in commercial real estate. That's the beauty of it. What it's saying that if one of the tenants' business slows down, because every tenant is not going to be a pharmacist or dentist or a doctor, but there are multiple tenants. Buy those properties where there's multiple tenants, so you can diversify. If one of the tenants moves out also, tomorrow shut down the business, the other 4 or 5 are there.
Yeah.
Helping you the mortgage, and by the time the new tenant will come, it will go back to the plan again.
Yeah. And more than that too, and this is the thing, like with these type of properties, they are very hard to come by.
I love triple net leases.
Yes. How many clients do we have on our board
I don't
that are
know.
looking to purchase like these type of properties?
Top of my head, actively is about 20 to 25 people who have more than $1 million.
Yeah.
And they are
They're ready.
qualified. I have qualified them. I don't work with the person who I make sure they have the money and they know what they're getting into it, how serious they are too. And they all are damn serious. And I'm not able to find all the property because there's not many properties out there.
There are good properties.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like good properties which I can pitch it to them and say that this is a good asset, you can buy it.
Yeah. Because, there's a lot of properties out there, but the
You can take it. Okay, take an example from here. There's so many foreclosures happening. Show me one retail plaza has been foreclosure.
Yeah.
One retail plaza out there having a foreclosure.
Well, they pay for themselves. So why would they go into foreclosure?
So that's the best and the safest.
Yeah.
This is the worst time of real estate market is. And still there is no foreclosure of retail plazas in there.
Of course not.
So why not?
Yeah.
It's because they are paying it for themselves.
Yeah. Also, if you're a seller watching this and you have commercial plazas and you're looking to retire and you want to get rid of them, contact us. We will make sure they're sold within a day.
Yes.
All of them.
As long as number makes sense.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. Numbers always have to make
Numbers has to
sense.
make sense.
We would never sell our client anything that we wouldn't buy ourselves.
No.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. But back to, I guess, the start of this video too that we were talking about is if you are a professional, if you're a doctor, if you're a dentist, if you're a lawyer, pharmacist, if you're a business owner and you have the capital, do not, use your down payment, do not use your savings into the same type of properties that are not going to give you the returns that you really could have with that type of capital.
You deserve that because not many people have that more than $1 million sitting in their bank. Cash is king.
Yeah.
So don't invest into something which will give you the minimum returns. Try to invest it. Let your money work for you.
Yeah.
You already worked so hard in your life to earn that money.
Yes.
So let now your money work for you.
Also,
no headaches.
Yeah. If you want to see the breakdown numbers, we can show you even from the past 5 years and current properties as well that we've sold in the past few months. So if you're somebody right now watching and you're wondering what the numbers look like, do reach out to us and we will let you know.
My personal experience, I'm telling you, I had 3 plazas. So all 3 have given me more than 25% return from past 5 years. Average. It is annually 27. And I've done developments, again, renovations, everything. Not saying I didn't make money. I made money in pre-sale too. But that was a fluke in the sense because the market went up insane and I sold it.
But these properties you're looking at even like...
It's a wealth. That's why I never touch even... I'm not looking at even thinking of selling it ever. This is my retirement plan.
Yeah.
Slowly. Look at those plazas on King George highways. Being owned by a lot of brown families. They are owning those plazas. And they're worth millions of dollars. They didn't buy it for 60 million. They didn't buy it for 100 million. But look at now the portfolio. How much money they are having. So this is what it is. Like,
crazy.
Surrey was not Surrey from the day one.
100%. Like one of your plazas in Abbotsford. right?
Oh yes, amazing.
So like in the next
I
like
can sell that like anytime,
yeah.
anytime.
But in the future too, somebody's gonna be talking about you like this on their podcast. You're going to be like, oh, this guy bought it a long time
Yes.
ago for such a good
That's
price.
also the aim for it. Long time. Merit will also. Yes, I know Merit is not the big town, but it will eventually grow everything. And I'm not in a rush. I'm looking at the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Just paying my mortgage, giving me $5,000-6,000 positive cash flow.
Honestly, even if it does, like let's say, worst case scenario, even if your property does not appreciate, it's okay. You're getting positive cash flow. You're getting your
Paid my
money.
mortgage paid off.
Yeah, everything's paid
Return
off.
on
Like
equity is how
yeah,
much?
and you're taking your initial investment out in
Yeah.
5 years. So
And
it's
no
okay.
headache.
Yeah,
No headaches at all. I
Exactly.
don't even remember when was the last time I went there to check something.
yeah,
Rental management companies there, again, because of the triple net, is being paid by the tenants.
Exactly.
Your maintenance of the property is paid by the tenants.
yeah.
Everything is paid by the utilities, insurance. If it is strata, strata is going to be paid. Whatever you can think of is paid by the tenants.
Yeah.
You just have to sit and relax and take the rent.
Yeah. And if you're somebody watching and you're curious about this, do reach out to us and we can discuss this in more detail.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think, do you have any last comments or?
No, it's just as work with the right people
Yeah.
who know how to help you to grow your money.
Yep.
We're not saying it us, anybody.
No,
if
it
you-
is
the
us.
person, yeah. No, even that we know it, we are best in it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it, even if
Of
there's
course,
other
no.
people,
Yeah.
you just interview them and see.
Make
how
sure
they
that
are.
they know what they're
They
doing.
know, exactly.
And if somebody's
if they
pitching
have
you
done
something, they've done it, yes.
it, they have done it themselves.
Yeah. Other than that, thank you so much for watching today, you guys. We will see you in our next episode. And if you liked it, make sure you do follow us on all of our social medias and stay tuned for another podcast.
Yes.
Until then, bye.
Take care.